What will he do?
Perhaps he's just passing through.
Now, just a minute. The thing to do is use our heads and think things through.
Mama's right. Now, what do we know? We know the legend is coming true. We know it from highly reliable sources. So the thing we must do is organize the Bear Country Forces.
Boy, Pop's gonna really love these.
Yet, those clovers already smell.
You can have your Sasquatch, your abominable snowman. My name is Big Paw, I supersede 'em all. One thing I like to do is chew. And when I chew, I chomp and chaw and grind and tear and rip and claw. So remember my name. My name is Big Paw. You can have your Sasquatch, your abominable snowman. My name is Big Paw, I supersede 'em all. Something else I do is stomp. And when I do, I womp and tromp. I pound the ground and shake the swamp. So remember my name. My name is Big Paw.
Meanwhile, back at the village square, with the full cooperation of every bear, Operation Big Paw was well underway. Big Paw might be coming, but he might also rue the day.
Forward, Bears!
Mr. McGrew, my shoe! My shoe, McGrew! My shoe!
Rudy, give me that. Come on, Rudy, get back in the pouch. Now.
No, Mom.
Not the old cannon. It's bound to burst.
Oh, never fear, Ma. We're testing it first.
At this point, Ma decided to have her say.
Now, don't you think you're getting a little carried away? Organizing forces on the unsupported word of a crazy little hedgehog who heard it from a turtle, who got it from a bird? How do we know this stranger is a threat? None of us has even seen or heard him yet. Besides, what is a stranger? A stranger's just somebody you don't already know. He could be a friend.
With that kind of friend, who needs a foe?
He could be a prince. He could be a schmo. Or just a regular sort of a Joe. A stranger's just somebody whom you haven't yet met.
Shh, listen.
So don't make a fuss. It's not etiquette. So come on, get set. Try not to forget. A stranger
go up for a look while there's still light.
What are you, a bunch of chickens running out of there like turkeys at a turkey shoot?
It was him, boss. No, boss, it was Snaggletooth Louie. He was shoving me from behind.
Yeah, boss, that's it.
No, boss, I didn't.
Snaggletooth, you go back to that there house and get our loot.
Oh, no, boss, not me.
Do it now.
I just know it was them witches or them monsters or them there big green dragons.
So giving hardly a thought to safety or danger, Pa went up the mountain to personally check out the Thanksgiving stranger. Now, the Cubs knew their papa was brave and strong, but not much of a climber, so they tagged along.
Help, boss! Help! Boss!
There's a monster on the beach!
Oh, no! A giant! Forget the loot! There's plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, boss! Let's get out of here!
Run for your lives!
Split up, moving.
Yeah, hey, guys! Wait for me! Wait for me!
It was echoing ledge that Big Paw was on, and each terrible roar was just an amplified yawn. It had been quite a day, and Big Paw was feeling the need to retire. He stood up and stretched and stoked his fire, which cast a great shadow upon the wall. A shadow at least 90 feet tall. So that when they finally reached Echoing Ledge, and Papa Bear cautiously looked over the edge, what he saw was the shadow, not Big Paw himself, calmly stoking his fire on his hideaway shelf.
He is 90 feet tall, breathing fire and smoke, with eyes like bonfires, and an arm like an oak.
But father,
Hush, hush, there's no time to fuss. We've got to get him before he gets us.
but father,
So Pa got down the mountain the best way he knew how.
Assemble all bears, and I mean now! And bring all those skunk bombs and gimmicks and widgets. This guy makes King Kong look like Singer's midgets. Eyes like bonfires and really large. Bugler, sound the charge!
Where are those cubs?
Are you guys okay? You know what? I'm gonna go. All right, I'm gonna take my stick and I'm gonna go. You guys are pansies. You know that? I'm leaving.
Hey, come back. You might get hurt. Maybe. Or maybe.
Man, you gotta brush them shoulders off.
So up they went, each armed for the raid. Papa was wielding a beehive grenade. Up the mountain they went. It was quite a parade. While up on the mountain, the cause of the flap was cozying down for a bit of a nap. When he heard a strange sound, it was still far away and not very loud. Of course, what it was the roar of a crowd. Now, Big Paw was no mental wizard, but he was getting a message down deep in his gizzard that trouble was coming. So he scratched his head and started his fuzzy old noodle a-humming. And using his powerful arms and shoulders, built him a tower of boulders. If those bears were to charge up out of the valley, they'd be just like pins in a bowling alley. But those bears kept on coming, faster and faster, There was simply no way to avoid disaster. But then, at the very last instant, before the rocks fell, there came through the din a cub's high-pitched yell.
Stop.
The rock tower teetered. It started to slide, and there was no one to help them, except for the stranger. Then, with the bears looking on in amazement and shock, Big Paw held back that tower of rock. And with the great strength in that mighty right arm, he rescued small brother and sister from harm. You could have heard a pin drop in the valley that day. That's when the cubs decided to have their say.
Big Paw's our friend. He's very nice.
You saw us before. Now you rescue us twice.
And he saved us from ourselves.
Thanks, Big Paw. That's thrice.